Hey, I don't know if anybody ever notices this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I thought Shakur would have some super fans out there that would have put this information out there. But I don't know if people realize this, but Shakur Stevenson is one of the best boxers, amateur boxers, Olympians in American history. You know what I'm saying? American boxing history. He's one of the best fighters, best talents that ever come through. Why are we talking about him like he's an underdog? Is the respect not gonna be there come fight night? Are we just waiting to see if he loses? I'm telling you, Shakur Stevenson has put himself in a position where he's a household name. All you gotta do is keep talking. Keep talking. Do what you're doing. You're gonna put yourself in a lot of positions. Cause what I notice now is a lot of guys calling out Keyshawn Davis and all these other guys. Shakur Stevenson, he just got to 135. He was at 130. Don't nobody want to challenge him? He at top rank too. But I see a lot of people saying the Edwin De Los Santos knockout thing like that. Like I said before, if a guy got to rely on a knockout and his name is not Deontay Wilder, I'm not really taking that too much serious. Honestly, in a fight. In a very good fight, if you got to rely on a knockout, I'm probably not going to take it that serious. Because the knockout's going to come and go. It's not really going to be something that's a guarantee. A knockout is something that's definitely not going to be guaranteed. So for people to be rolling with that narrative as far as if Shakur gets hurt or if De Los Santos' power ends the fight. I mean, if it does, if anybody's power ends the fight, that's any fight. But for you to say that silver medalist should be gold medalist, that he's gonna lose a fight and get knocked out and different things like that, it's not realistic. Honestly, it's not realistic. If that's all we're relying on, it's not realistic. De Los Santos has a puncher's chance. I can't even break down or give him any kind of well, he gonna win the fight. Everybody's saying he gonna win the fight. So me saying that De Los Santos has a chance, that really don't matter at this point. I gotta sit up here and remind people who Shakur Stevenson is. Shakur Stevenson is an Olympian. He is someone who's fought the top talent in all of the world for many, many years. He's faced everybody. He's been in the gym with everybody. He knows who's good, who's bad, who's better, who's worse. So any strategy that someone tried to come in with, it's not gonna really work. And then what's crazy is, this is how I know Shakur's starting to lock in. De Los Santos, he's saying more things that's like headlines. Like he's the underdog and all this kind of stuff. You know, just a whole bunch of stuff that's trying to get under Shakur's skin and get him riled up. But a quiet Shakur Stevenson is a very dangerous one. So if he locking in like that, be prepared to get whooped, dog. For real. I'm telling you, the way Shakur Stevenson places his punches, and I've seen De Los Santos. He got a little bit of that, and I like Kambosos. He got a little bit of Kambosos in him when it comes to somebody putting that jab in his face. It's hard to see what you're doing when somebody punch you in the face or in the eyes a lot of times. And then Shakur, he doesn't have a rhythm that he boxes with. That timid jab, and it's almost like a shoulder roll, but it's not. That jab he puts in, and the way he steps into his punches and steps away, he doesn't really move his feet. And then he'll move his feet real quick. He'll do 3 steps back real quick, get some distance. He makes sure his distance is there. His timing is always good. But trying to rely on a knockout for De Los Santos, it's not gonna work. That's why I'm saying, I'm almost 100% sure after the fight, people will say, look at how he hurt Shakur Stevenson. That's a highlight. That's gonna be a career highlight. How he hurt him, or look at the way was running from the power and different things like that, man. Stuff we don't hear nobody say about any other fighter. Canelo lost a whole fight. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it. Look how he was running for power and all this other stuff. It's different narratives coming out. Like I say, people just don't like the way he talks. So what, man? I mean, y'all okay with McGregor and all these guys talking? And McGregor, he was talking with a broke leg. His leg was snapped like a pixie stick. And ain't nobody said nothing about the way his legs was looking. And he's sitting there bragging and talking to a guy with a broke leg, man. Leg snapped until he's still talking. And we still considered as a serious contender out here in MMA and boxing. So like I said, people just don't like when certain people are talking. But in America, we're going to have guys that's talking. I'm sorry to tell you, that's the way it's going to work. If you got any kind of other people that you want to try to roll with when one of our guys have a fight or something like that, we can't even have a square deal fight, man. Now it has to be this guy versus that guy, and you got a whole bunch of people just coming out of nowhere saying they're De Los Santos fans. I've never heard these many people talk about their De Los Santos fans. I'm just being real honest. This coming out of nowhere. Because when I was looking at guys at weight classes for other fights, I ain't never heard nobody throwing out De Los Santos' name. Now his name's just popping up every time I see. I'm like, wow. When did he become a big factor in this whole thing at 135? Because from what I've seen, 135 already had talent in it up there. Esau Cruz's and all these guys. Now De Los Santos supposed to knock out Shakur. I'm just going by what's being said, man. A lot of guys, they say they're more expert than the next guy, so I'm just trying to see what their expertise is. It's very, very different from what I'm seeing. A lot of guys don't really want to know what kind of direction they want to go as far as this fight either. I don't think people really know the abilities of Shakur Stevenson. They see that he doesn't have really a lot of knockouts, so they're like, oh, he doesn't have a lot of knockouts, so this De Los Santos guy must be able to give him problems, because Shakur look like somebody that'll fall for the knockout, since he already doesn't have any. And he hasn't fought anybody with this much power, this many knockouts. Hey, man, if you think Shakur Stevenson hasn't fought a guy like De Los Santos yet, or on that type of level in his life, you're gonna be fooled this fight. They're gonna fool you out of everything, especially your money. If you're trying to bet against him on a knockout, you're gonna end up with nothing. Because even with the Oscar Valdez fight, if you see how Shakur was fighting Oscar Valdez, he basically took everything away from him. Oscar Valdez couldn't jab, he couldn't counter. It was to a point where Oscar Valdez was just trying to rush in and do anything. And it's like that in most of the fights, even when Constanciao and different things like that. I would compare it to Shakur Stevenson. His more of his style is just to break you down and punish you. It's almost like frustrates you to the point where you're going to just risk anything and go in there and get basically attacked. As soon as you try to cross that threshold, that distance, he's going to attack you on all cylinders, all angles. He can change angles real good. I know people like to say, oh, well, Lomachenko, he likes to change angles and different things. Shakur can do the same kind of thing. And his jabs are pinpoint. Straight rights, just accuracy. Boom, boom, boom. And he's not going to be head hunting, but I haven't seen many fights where he couldn't just hit a guy in the face with ease. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way he boxes, his style. He'll go to the body when need be, but with De Los Santos having Shakur will have a reach advantage over him, so I feel like De Los Santos will run into some issues where he'll have to try to attack Shakur. It might end up to being where like a fight where how Isaac Cruz was with Tank Davis. Oh, that's a perfect example. You remember how when Isaac Cruz was fighting Tank Davis, even though Tank had got injured in that fight, Tank was unleashing hard punches and things throughout the fight. Then through the middle and the end, Isaac Cruz was taking a lot more risk and doing things, trying to get Tank to fall for a easy knockout or to expose himself. I feel like Shakur was running that same situation, but he won't have to worry about his safety as much as far as getting knocked out. I don't think people understand he's a defensive guy already, so for him to get knocked out, it'll be magical, to be honest with you, because he's a very defensive guy. I won't say he's a super specialist, but in today's era, he's about as good as it can get at certain points. I will say that, because his offense can be defense. For you to even try to crest across that threshold of trying to hurt him, he will already be attacking. So I just don't want people to overlook. I feel like De Los Santos will give us a good victory, man. Is he a guy? I mean, a good fight. Is he a guy who, if he gets the victory, hey, it'll be a good victory for him too? Is he a guy that can make any big splash against Shakur? Yeah, he can. He can. He's a very good fighter. I won't take that away from him. I feel like he's gonna it'll be hard to knock him out if Shakur was to try to stop him. It'll be very hard. He's not a guy I see that's a weak guy. He's not gonna also put himself at risk. That's why a lot of times in the fights he did go 12 rounds, and he knew he was in there with a boxer who was serious about his business. That's what I would say. De Los Santos' boxing IQ is very high. He knows how. The thing he does know, he knows how good the guy is in the ring with him very early in the match. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's one edge I could give, even though Shakur might be a better, smarter boxer overall. But as far as reading other people, I feel like De Los Santos would be able to know, oh, Shakur is, oof, I didn't know he was like this before I got in the ring. Let me adjust. He's that type of guy. He's going to make a big adjustment when Shakur Stevenson tries to come around to a certain point. He's going to make a huge adjustment. But it's going to be something that's going to keep him from trying to put himself in harm's way. When you're a big puncher like that, you can easily get in harm's way trying to... it's almost like with Josh Warrington and Lee Wood. Josh Warrington was a hard puncher, and he was getting some hard punches off, but it was a couple times that he let himself get in harm's way, and that one time hurt him. You know what I'm saying? It's still a fight. Guys have power. They might not have super knockout power, but guys can still hit you in the chin or places that can basically stop your momentum and knock you down and possibly knock you out. So I definitely understand that. But will Shakur, will he have a chance to actually be credited for this fight? Because I feel like before it starts, he's already supposed to win, and that's bad. That's very bad for a young guy to have those kind of expectations on him, and he doesn't even have a belt at 135 yet. Come on, man, can we let him get a belt at 135 yet and continue his development before we say this is a must-win? He has to do this and all this other stuff. I'm just saying, just honestly, because people saying it's a 50-50 fight, but then they're saying he must win. So I feel like he had a disadvantage right there. You know what I'm saying? They giving De Los Santos more of a chance than they have in other fighters in recent fights. So I'm just saying, can Shakur get some kind of advantage as well as far as his acumen and what he's done? That's all I'm saying. Because he is a confident guy, but you got to look at what he's done in his career. He has a real background, especially with boxing. He's a specialist at this point. So, you know you good when people just want to see you get hurt. Honestly. You know you're good when people want to just see you hurt. Because I don't see any kind of assurance that De Los Santos is going to be correct about the strategy that he comes with. Because I'm playing in my mind like, okay, what kind of strategy can he come with? The only thing I can actually see him having a chance with is basically boxing and punching the same way as Isaac Cruz did with Tank Davis. Isaac Cruz didn't really put himself in harm's way. He boxed that match very well. So I kind of see it going that way with a lot of hard punches and some close rounds and different things like that. It'll be a very good fight. You might even have some people say that he lost when the fight's over with. But like I said, if you're just waiting to see a guy get hurt, like on the Haney Linares thing, that's kind of how it's probably gonna go. People just gonna end up like that, and they're gonna be stuck on that one scenario where probably Shakur got into some trouble. But don't be surprised if De Los Santos get caught or knocked out. Don't be surprised. I'm gonna say that right now. Don't even be surprised, because Shakur is very confident and he likes big fights. I mean, as much as I like other guys like Devin Haney and Tank, Shakur shows up for big fights just as well. He shows up very well in big fights. He shows up for the moment, and he talks himself up very well. I just don't like. If I had to give him one criticism, I don't like the respect he's showing De Los Santos. It's like he's giving him a lot of respect, but he probably is doing that because of I'm not saying don't respect him, but I'm saying it's too close to the fight to be trying to talk him up. But I feel like he's doing that because he knows he's sure of himself. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got to be mean or nothing, but just stick to the same routine, and I feel like he'll be all right. But De Los Santos, he's going to be dangerous when in those exchanges because of his power, and I feel like he'll throw from different angles that Shakur won't be expecting. You know what I'm saying? Well, Shakur will have to adjust to that. I don't know if he'll be able to dictate the timing and the rhythm that De Los Santos is throwing at. If De Los Santos' rhythm is just at a different pace every time and different speed, and he's not throwing same type of combinations, and he's changing levels, it's going to be a very, very close fight. Very close fight. It's going to be a very, very close fight. I'm talking about an all-out brawl. I see a very close fight if that happens. But I just want to see Shakur come out with the victory, and want to see him basically try to knock De Los Santos out. If not knock him out, at least show him where your power stands, because I don't think he takes Shakur's power serious, because a lot of people, they don't know how strong or how hard Shakur punches till they get in the ring with him, and then it makes it seem like Shakur don't want to get in the exchange with him, but they don't want to get in the exchange with him. They don't want to jump in the fire like that. I'm telling you. You can see with Joet and Oscar Valdez fights, and I feel like with Jamar Herring, he was taking him to the fight, but Shakur's speed was just too fast at times. But that's all I got though. Like and subscribe.